Okay. So last time we have seen the set identities. Remember the statements. Commutative law says that A union B is same as B union A intersection B is same as B intersection A. Associative law says that you can write any two things in one bracket. A union B union C, you can first evaluate A union B and then take union with C, or you can first evaluate B union C and then take union with A. So we can have any one of this particular identity in commit associative law. Then we have distributive laws. Union is distributed over intersection and intersection is being distributed over union. So these two are the distributive laws. Then we have the identity laws, which says that A union empty set is A, and we have also the other way around, that is A intersection U is also A. Okay, so these two we will have. Next is complement laws. What are the complement laws? A union A intersection is universal set, and A intersection A union A intersection A complement is a empty set. Then we have also seen the double complement law. A complement ka complement is again U backs U A. Okay. Idempotent laws. A union A is equal to A and A intersection A is also equal to A. These are the universal bound laws. A union with U is U and A intersection with empty set with empty set. De Morgan's law. A union B complement is same as A complement intersection B complement, and A intersection B complement is same as A complement union B complement. Absorption laws. For all set A and B, A union A intersection B is same as A intersection A union B is same as A. Complements of U and empty set. U complement is empty set complement is universal set. This is very important set difference law. For all sets A and B, A minus B is same as A intersection B complement. So with using this law, first we will prove. अगर कोई लॉ का आपको प्रूफ पूछेंगे तो कैसे प्रूफ लिखना है वो हम देखते हैं, एंड देन वी विल सी हाउ टू राइट अ प्रूफ of anything other than this law using this law. This second kind of proof are called algebraic proof, and first type of proof is called as set theoretical proof. तो हम लोग पहले set theoretical proofs देखेंगे, जिसमें हम लोग we will take, when we have equality in the sets, we will take element from the first set, that is left hand side, and then we will show that that same element belongs to the right hand side, so that left hand side set is a subset of right hand side set, and other way around. We will take the element from the right hand side and we will show that that same element will belong to the left hand side. So this we will do in the today's lecture. So first we will start off with the proof of distributive law. So what we have to prove? We have to prove that A union B intersection C is same as A union B intersection A union C. What does I mean? I have to take first, it is left hand side set, and second is the right hand side set. I will show that first is a subset of 2 and 2 is a subset of 1. Is that clear? So that left hand side set is A union B intersection C. I will take element from this set. I will show that that same element belongs to the second set, and other way around, I will take the element from the second set and I will show that that same element belongs to the first set. So that way I can have 1 is equal to 2. तो सेट में इक्वालिटी हमेशा कैसे प्रूव किया जाता है? x इज इक्वल टू y अगर प्रूव करना है तो आई हैव टू शो दैट x इज सबसेट ऑफ y एंड y इज सबसेट ऑफ x. So let us come back to our this. Okay, I have to show that for all set A, B, and C, A union B intersection C is equal to A union B intersection A intersection C. So let us write the proof. So proof, suppose A, B, C are any three sets. Firstly, we show that A union B intersection C is a subset of A union B intersection with A union C. Okay, how to show this? क्या किया था हमने? Let X belongs to A union B intersection C be an, क्या बोलते थे हम इसको? Arbitrary element. So we'll start with this point. Let X belongs to the first set. There are two cases. जब भी यूनियन होता है उसको केसेस में डिवाइड करो. केस 1, X belongs to A, and there will be another case, that is case 2, X will belongs to the second set, that is B intersection C. Is these two cases are fine? Can I say that when X is an element of union, it either belongs to the first set or it belongs to the second set? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us write this particular thing then. If X belongs to A, then can I say that X belongs to A union B? अगर X पहले सेट में है तो वो यूनियन का हिस्सा होगा या नहीं होगा?
होगा होगा.
So I will write the explanation as X belongs to A. So since X belongs to the first set, I can write X belongs to A union B. Can I write X belongs to A union C?
Yes.
As again the reason क्या होगा? X belongs to A. Okay. So this implies that X belongs to A union B. वो A union B में भी है और A union C में भी है. So it will belongs to A union B intersection A union C. So case 1 में we have shown that it is in the both set. A union B में भी है, A union C में है, so it is belongs to the intersection. What about case C? X belongs to B intersection C means, this means that X belongs to B and X belongs to C. Since it is a part of intersection, we can write X is in the first set as well as second set. Okay. Can I say that X belongs to A union B here?
Yes.
As, why? What is the reason? As X belongs to the second set B, therefore it is a part of union. Can I write X belongs to A intersection C? Sorry, A union C? Again, as X belongs to C over here, therefore I can write this is belongs to the union. तो यूनियन का मेंबर होने के लिए क्या कंडीशन है? वो आइदर फर्स्ट सेट में होगा या फिर सेकंड सेट में होगा या फिर दोनों सेट में होगा. So that is over here. ठीक है. Okay. Then what I can do further? This implies that X belongs to A union B intersection A union C. So in the first case as well as in second case, we have arrived at the same conclusion that X belongs to A union B and A union C. Okay. Okay then. So let us write then second part. Therefore, from case 1 and case 2, we get X belongs to A union B intersection with A union C. सॉरी यहाँ पे मेरा मिस्टेक हुआ है. It is A union C. Okay, now it's correct. Therefore, we have started with the conclusion. We have started with X belongs to A union C, B intersection C, and we have ended in the both cases that X belongs to A union B intersection A union C. Therefore, we can write A union B intersection C is a subset of A union B intersection A union C. Give this number 1. I will give capital 1 in Romans so that ये confusion नहीं होगा. ये normal 1 है, ये Roman 1 है, so confusion नहीं होगा. So let us move down. Let us take the another way round. Now what we will show? We can show that. We will show that now. I will write over here. We will show that the second set is a subset of first set. So it is little bit tricky. A union B intersection A union C is subset of A union B intersection C. क्योंकि वहां पे यूनियन था तो डायरेक्टली आपने केसेस बनाए. यहाँ पे भी हम केसेस बनाएंगे बट लिटिल बिट ट्रिकी वे में बनाएंगे. सो लेट अस हाउ टू मेक द केसेस इन द फर्स्ट सेट. सो अपना पहला स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट क्या होता है? X belongs to A union B intersection with A union C be arbitrary. So I will make two opposite cases over here. What are those two cases? Let us see. What are those two cases? Let us see. I will make first case, that is case 1. X will belongs to A, and I will make the second case over here, case 2, that is X does not belongs to A. We have for any element X, we have either two possibilities. One is X will belongs to the first set A, और other possibility we can have is X does not belongs to A. ये टाइप का केस करने के लिए हमें फर्स्ट सेट में कोई यूज नहीं था, इसलिए वैसे नहीं बनाया. पहले सेट में डायरेक्टली यूनियन दिया है, A यूनियन B इंटरसेक्शन C. वी कैन टेक द इजीली केसेस. यूनियन का केसेस इजीली होता है. इंटरसेक्शन का केसेस लेट अस सी. X belongs to the A or X does not belong to A. So if I have X belongs to A, in this case what will happen? Can I say that X belongs to A union B? Also, can I say that X belongs to A union C? As X belongs to A. Can I say both the things?
Yes.
सॉरी, यहाँ पे मुझे उल्टा प्रूव करना है. So I don't want this like this. I will directly write in this case that X belongs to A union B intersection C. Can I write this directly? Again, by the same reason, as X belongs to A, we can directly write belongs to this union. में है union के, तो वो union में भी होगा. Therefore, in this case, I can write that this particular set A union B intersection A union C is subset of, कौन से सबसेट का सबसेट है? A union B intersection C in this case. What about the second one? Can I say that same thing over here? If X does not belong to A, then what we have given? We have given that X belongs to A union B intersection A union C, right? This is already we have, because we have taken X belongs to this particular set. Then what we can write? This implies that X belongs to A union B and क्या होगा? X belongs to A union C. Can I write this? Because X belongs to the intersection, therefore X belongs to the first set and X belongs to the second set. But अभी अपने पास क्या है? We have given that X does not belongs to A and X belongs to A union B. So I will write this in over here. X does not belongs to A and X belongs to A union B. मतलब क्या है कि X यूनियन में भी है और फर्स्ट सेट में नहीं है. मतलब X हमेशा सेकंड सेट में होगा, राइट? दिस इंप्लाइज दैट X must be in B. Since it is part of union and it is not part of the first set, so to become a member of union, it must belongs to the second set, right? Similarly, what is here? X does not belongs to A and X belongs to the A intersection C. Sorry, A union C. So X does not belongs to A, पर X यूनियन का तो मेंबर है. यूनियन का मेंबर होने के लिए आइदर फर्स्ट सेट में होना चाहिए या फिर सेकंड सेट में होना चाहिए. फर्स्ट सेट में तो नहीं है, तो इसका मतलब क्या है? X must belongs to the second set. That is, X belongs to the C. ये लॉजिक समझ में आया? Is this logic clear for case 2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have X belongs to B and X belongs to C. Therefore, I can write X belongs to B intersection C. वो X B में भी है, X C में भी है. Therefore, I can say that X belongs to A union B intersection C. Right? Why it is so? क्योंकि वो सेकेंड सेट में है तो भी वो यूनियन का पार्ट है. So union is very beautiful because it is, अगर फर्स्ट सेट में भी होगा तो भी पार्ट है, सेकंड सेट में भी होगा तो भी पार्ट है. So we have shown that when we have X belongs to A, we have shown that it belongs to the first set, hence it belongs to this union. When it is not part of A, we have shown that X must belongs to B intersection C. वो second set का part होगा. So therefore I can write this statement again. Therefore I can write, we have started with X belongs to A union B intersection A union C, and we have ended in A union B intersection C. I can say that A union B intersection A union C is a subset of A union B intersection C in this case. So in both the cases, we got the same result that it is a subset. Therefore, finally, I can write A union B intersection with A union C is the subset of A union B intersection C and give this number 2. So from 1 and 2, I can say that from 1 में क्या show किया था हमने? We have shown that A union B intersection C is a subset of A union B intersection A intersection C. That is, first set is a subset of second set. Here we have shown that second set is a subset of first set. Note that when you divide into the cases, proof में कभी भी आपको केसेस में अगर डिवाइड करना पड़ा तो हर एक केस में आपको सेम रिजल्ट आपको प्रूव करना है. तो जैसे मुझे प्रूव करना था यहाँ पे A union B intersection A union C subset of this, I have proved in the first case, I have proved also in the second case. So every cases, मतलब 3 केसेस बना तो तीनों के तीनों केसेस में आपको वही सेम प्रूव करना रहता है. तो फ्रॉम 1 and 2 I can write the equality. तो मैं वो लिख नहीं रहा, आप वो लिख दो कि फ्रॉम 1 and 2 I can write A union B intersection A union C is same as A union B intersection C. So is this clear? Is this proof of writing the dividing into the cases is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move on to the next proof for De Morgan's law. What is De Morgan's law? There are two laws. A union B complement is same as A complement intersection B complement. Similarly, you have another De Morgan's law which says that A intersection C bracket complement is same as A complement union B complement. So when you apply the complement over the individual set, your union will become intersection, intersection will become union. Okay. So let us prove this particular thing. How to prove it? अभी आप मुझे बताओ. I have get the pen, not pencil. हाँ, बोलो. When we have this particular proof लिखना है तब आपको क्या करना होता है? This first set is a subset of second set. I have to show first what we have to show. First set is a subset of second set. कैसे show करेंगे? तो पहले लिखो. We want to show that क्या शो करना है आपको? A union B complement is the subset of A complement intersection B complement. Okay. So what we have to get? अगर मुझे ये प्रूव करना है तो मैं क्या करूंगा? What is my starting point? Yes, anyone? I will take any element in the which set? First set or second set?
First set.
So let X belongs to the A union B complement be arbitrary. Arbitrary element उठा लिया. Arbitrary. Okay. Then what I have to write next? What does this mean? Complement का definition क्या है? What I can write, if it belongs to the complement, it does not belongs to the original set. X belongs to A means what? X does not belongs to A complement. X belongs to A complement means what? X does not belongs to A union B. What is definition of union? Can anyone repeat? Yes. When I can say that X belongs to A union B? Anyone? Yes, Shubham. कोई भी बोलो. What is the definition of X belongs to A union B? When I say that it is member of union,
when the elements of A is not in B.
nahi. It should be either in first set, that is A, or it should be in the second set. Correct? या तो वो पहले सेट में होगा, A में होगा, या तो वो B में होगा. So when I say X belongs to the A union B, यहाँ पे does not belong to है ना. पहले belongs to का definition क्या है? belongs to का definition है वो either एक फर्स्ट सेट में होगा, A में होगा, या फिर वो B में होगा. अभी उसका रिवर्स करो, उल्टा करो. उल्टा मतलब क्या? does not belong to मतलब क्या? It should not belong to A, it should not belong to B, right? वो A में भी नहीं होगा या B में भी नहीं होगा, क्योंकि वो अगर A में हुआ तो वो A यूनियन B में भी हो सकता है, तो इसीलिए वो A में तो नहीं होगा. अगर वो B में हुआ तो भी वो यूनियन का हिस्सा है. इज दिस लॉजिक करेक्ट? जब मैं यूनियन का हिस्सा बोलता हूं तो क्या बोलता हूं? या तो फर्स्ट सेट में है तो फिर सेकंड सेट में है. तो अगर फर्स्ट सेट में भी हुआ तो भी वो यूनियन का हिस्सा है, एंड अगर वो सेकंड सेट में भी हुआ तो भी वो यूनियन का हिस्सा है. इसलिए मैं व्हेन आई से X does not belongs to the union, I can write that X must not belongs to A and लिखूंगा बीच में X does not belongs to B, राइट? क्योंकि अगर वो A में हुआ तो वो A यूनियन B में हुआ. तो अगर सिर्फ मेरे पास ऐसा है, I have 4 choices, X and B, A and B का लिए. तो I have X belongs to A, X belongs to B. जैसे आपने बाइनरी में भी सीखा है 0-1 के फॉर्म में. X belongs to A, X does not belongs to B. Then X does not belongs to A, X belongs to B. And what is the last choices I have? X does not belongs to A, X does not belongs to B. Why I am taking this choice? Because अगर वो first choice में है X belongs to A, X belongs to B, can I say that X belongs to A union B? Yes or no? अगर मेरा फर्स्ट चॉइस कंसीडर करो, ये सिर्फ फर्स्ट चॉइस में है तो वो यूनियन का हिस्सा होगा या नहीं होगा? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about the second thing? If I have X belongs to A, X does not belongs to B, can I say that X belongs to the A union B? अगर वो फर्स्ट सेट में हो तो ऑब्वियसली वो किसका हिस्सा होगा? यूनियन का हिस्सा होगा या नहीं होगा? अरे फटाफट दो, फटाफट. यू शुड बी फास्ट. इतना सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर एक सेट में भी है तो वो यूनियन में है. सिमिलरली it is part of B, therefore it is part of union, right? What about last set? सिर्फ लास्ट सेट में भी यही इनइक्वालिटी सिर्फ अपने को लास्ट चॉइस में मिलती है. इन 4 चॉइसेस के अलावा अपने पास कोई चॉइस है ही नहीं, क्योंकि अपने पास 2 ही सेट है. तो वी हैव ओनली दिस चॉइस इज करेक्ट, दैट इज X does not belongs to A and X does not belongs to B. तो ही हम बोल सकते हैं कि वो यूनियन में नहीं होगा. ओके, तो ये 3 चॉइस क्या हो गया? रॉन्ग हो गया, क्योंकि 3 चॉइस में अपने को मिलेगा कि वो यूनियन का हिस्सा है. Therefore only the 4th choice is correct choice. Therefore we can write that, therefore we can say that X is neither in A and it is neither in B. Okay, so ये erase कर देते हैं. Let us come back over here. So if X does not belongs to A, can I write that X belongs to A complement? अगर वो A का हिस्सा, right? Similarly I can write
Yes, sir.
X belongs to B complement. So we have got X belongs to A complement and we got X belongs to B complement. Therefore I can write X belongs to A complement intersection with B complement. We have started off with this particular set, that is X belongs to A union B complement. We have ended in the set X belongs to A complement intersection B complement. That means what? This first set, that is A union B complement, is a subset of A complement intersection with B complement. Okay, give number 1. What is number 2? We have to show that this set, second set, should be the subset of first set. So what we want to show? We want to show that second set is a subset of first set. That is, I will take the element from this set and I will show that it also belongs to the first set. So let X belongs to A complement intersection with B complement B arbitrary. ये वर्ड बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. आर्बिटरी आपको लिखना है. सेकंड सेट में से एक एलिमेंट, कोई भी एलिमेंट आपने उठा दिया, अब आपको प्रूव करना है वो फर्स्ट एलिमेंट सेट में है. तो व्हाट डज दिस मीन? इसका रिवर्स लिखना है. X belongs to A complement and X belongs to B complement, right? If it belongs to the A complement intersection B complement, that is means that X belongs to A complement and X belongs to B complement. What does this imply? X does not belongs to A and X does not belongs to B, right? A complement है तो A में नहीं होगा, B complement है तो B में नहीं होगा. Therefore, I can write that X does not belongs to A union B. Can I say that from this? अगर वो A में B में भी नहीं है तो यूनियन में भी नहीं होगा. ओके. Therefore, अगर वो यूनियन में नहीं है तो उसके कॉम्प्लीमेंट में होगा. Therefore, X belongs to A union B का complement. Therefore, I have started with this particular equality. I have ended in this. So I can write that this started set is a subset of end point set. That is, A complement intersection with B complement is the subset of A complement, sorry, A union B, the bracket complement. A union B, the bracket complement. Okay. So this is clear. De Morgan's law. What about the second De Morgan's law? अगर आपको second De Morgan's law पूछेंगे तो क्या करोगे आप? So I will write over here. What is the second De Morgan's law? A intersection C complement is the equal to A complement union
C complement.
right. इसका माइक चालू है. Okay. So let us write this. What we can write? We will take the element from the first set, that is X belongs to A intersection C complement. अभी फटाफट बोलो. What does it mean? It means that X does not belongs to A intersection. Okay. What can we say about this particular set? When I can say that X does not belongs to A intersection C?
X does not belong to A and X does not belong to C.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा. Again, I will make the 4 cases. We have 2 sets now. So we have 4 possibilities. X belongs to A and X belongs to C. This is the first possibility. Then what is the second possibility? X belongs to A, X does not belongs to C. X does not belongs to A, X belongs to C. Here it is like a true. दिस इज लाइक अ ट्रू ट्रू, ट्रू फॉल्स, फॉल्स ट्रू एंड फॉल्स फॉल्स, जैसे आप लॉजिक में करते हो ना, वो इसी से जनरेट होता है. दिस आर द 4 पॉसिबिलिटी वी हैव. So in these 3 possibilities, we get that X does not belongs to A union C. Only in the first possibility we get that X belongs to A. So ये बहुत complicated हो जाएगा 3 केसेस सॉल्व करने के लिए, राइट? तो इसीलिए हम लोग क्या करेंगे, 2 ही केस लेंगे. Either X does belongs to A or we can have X does not belongs to A. मैं C के बारे में अभी नहीं बोल रहा. ओके, can I say that only these 2 possibilities are there? क्योंकि C में ना X belongs to A में एक ही पॉसिबिलिटी है, we have this possibility. X does not belongs to A में है, we have 2 possibilities. तो ये 2 पॉसिबिलिटी का कंबाइन प्रूफ लिखेंगे. ऐसे 3 केसेस में डिवाइड करने से अच्छा है, बिकॉज ये तीनों केसेस के लिए ट्रू है, राइट? तो आई कैन राइट दिस 3 केसेस सेपरेटली. केस 1 में ये लूंगा, केस 2 में ये लूंगा, केस 3 में ये लूंगा. बट उतना करने की क्या जरूरत है, मैं सिर्फ सिंपल बनाने के लिए ये 2 केसेस कंसीडर करता हूँ. इसको कहते हैं स्मार्ट वर्क. आपको चाहिए तो आप वो 3 केसेस में लिख भी सकते हो. तो केस 1 आई कैन मेक दैट X belongs to A, right? As what we have, we have X does not belongs to A intersection C. Therefore, only way that X does not belongs to A intersection is true is only way is we have X does not belongs to C. क्योंकि वो A में ऑलरेडी है, तो अगर वो इंटरसेक्शन का पार्ट नहीं होना चाहिए आपको, तो वो C में नहीं चाहिए आपको. अगर वो C में भी होगा तो आपका इंटरसेक्शन में अपने आप आ जाएगा. Therefore, we can have X does not belongs to C. So what does we can write here? If it does not belongs to C, can I write that X belongs to C complement? ये समझ रहे हैं आपको? हमने पहली केस क्या लिया है? X belongs to A लिया. तो अगर वो इंटरसेक्शन में नहीं है, वो हमको दिया गया है, तो अगर वो दिया गया है तो वो सेकेंड सेट में नहीं होगा. इसीलिए X किस में होगा? C कॉम्प्लीमेंट में होगा. अगर वो C कॉम्प्लीमेंट में होगा, then can I say that X belongs to A complement intersection, A complement union with the C complement? Can I write this?
Yes.
Yes. So we have started with this case, that is X belongs to A intersection C complement, and we have ended in X belongs to A complement union C complement. What about case 2? Case 2 क्या है अपना? X does not belongs to A. So if X does not belongs to A, can I say that X belongs to A complement?
Yes.
Can I say that this implies that X belongs to A complement union C complement? Yes or no? So in both the cases we got X belongs to A complement union C complement. Therefore, from both the cases we can write that A union C, sorry, A intersection C, the bracket complement is subset of A complement union C complement. Can I say this? Yes or no? क्योंकि both cases we got.
Yes, sir.
अगर आपको 3 केसेस करना है तो आपको क्या करना होगा? केस 1 क्या करना होगा? ये केस लेना होगा. X belongs to A, X does not belongs to C. सेकेंड केस ये होगा X does not belongs to A, X belongs to C. एंड थर्ड केस क्या होगा? X does not belongs to A, X does not belongs to C. बट यहाँ पे मैंने क्या दिखाया आपको कि वो does not belongs to C या belong to C से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. We can have the only 2 cases, X belongs to A and X does not belongs to A. Okay? तो ये क्या है? स्मार्ट वर्क है और ये क्या है? हार्ड वर्क है. तो आपको हमेशा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा स्मार्ट वर्क कैसे करना है. ओके? तो लॉजिक क्या होता है? लॉजिक में आपको ना बहुत सारे आंसर्स मिलेंगे, आपको बहुत सारे ट्रिक्स मिलेंगे, आपको दिमाग चलाना है, दैट्स इट. Okay, so let us write down the second possibility. What I have to show, this second set is a subset of first set. So second set is a first set. Second set is a subset of first set के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं हमेशा, x belongs to a complement union c complement b arbitrary. एक कोई भी एलिमेंट सेकेंड सेट में से उठाया, और what we have to show, we have to show that this element also belongs to the first set. ओके, तो कैसे करेंगे, अगर यूनियन दिया है तो डाई डिफॉल्ट केस बनाओ, डायरेक्टली केस बनाओ कि केस 1 क्या होगा, x बिलोंग्स टू आइदर फर्स्ट सेट दैट इज ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट, और केस 2 क्या होगा. तो यूनियन जब भी दिया जाएगा ना आपको, तो डायरेक्टली केसेस बनाओ, x बिलोंग्स टू ए कॉम्प्लीमेंट और वी हैव x बिलोंग्स टू द C complement. Can I say that x belongs to a complement? What does this mean? X does not belongs to A. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Can I here say this, x does not belongs to C? If it is not in A, what I can say? If it is not in A, what I can say?
X belong to C.
क्यों होगा ये, क्योंकि कुछ नहीं कर सकते हम लोग, एक ए में हिस्सा नहीं, आपको क्या प्रूव करना है, आपको प्रूव क्या करना है, इट शुड बिलोंग्स टू ए इंटरसेक्शन सी कॉम्प्लीमेंट. आपको इसका रिवर्स प्रूव करना है, मतलब अपने सेकंड एलिमेंट में लिया, आपको क्या प्रूव करना है, x डज नॉट बिलोंग्स टू दिस सेट, दैट इज ए इंटरसेक्शन सी में नहीं होगा. सो अगर ए में नहीं है तो कॉमन पार्ट में होगा क्या, ए एंड सी के. इफ x डज नॉट बिलोंग्स टू ए, इट कैन नॉट बिलोंग्स टू ए इंटरसेक्शन सी, क्योंकि ए इंटरसेक्शन सी में कौन से एलिमेंट लेते हैं, कॉमन एलिमेंट लेते हैं. तो अगर फर्स्ट सेट में नहीं है तो भी वो कॉमन में नहीं होगा, सेकेंड सेट में नहीं है तो भी वो कॉमन में नहीं होगा. So this implies that x does not belongs to A intersection C. Here I can write x does not belongs to A intersection C. Okay. Since it is not part in A, we can straight away say whether it belongs to C or नहीं है, तो उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, क्योंकि A intersection C क्या है, कॉमन सेट है. We have A intersection C over here. तो अगर वो फर्स्ट सेट में नहीं है तो कॉमन में कैसे होगा, अगर वो सेकंड सेट में नहीं है तो कॉमन में कैसे होगा, इसीलिए वो ए इंटरसेक्शन सी में दोनों नहीं होगा. तो अगर ए इंटरसेक्शन में नहीं है तो वो कौन से इसमें होगा, दिस इंप्लाइज दैट इट बिलोंग्स टू ए इंटरसेक्शन सी कॉम्प्लीमेंट. हियर आल्सो आई कैन राइट x बिलोंग्स टू ए इंटरसेक्शन सी कॉम्प्लीमेंट. Therefore, both the cases we got this second set ka element is part of the first set. So I can write this as A complement union with C complement is a subset of A intersection C, the bracket complement, and give this as number 2. Then what is the final statement? From 1 and 2 I can say that these two sets are equal. From 1 and 2 I can say that, I will write over here, from 1 and 2 we get, what do we get? A union C, the bracket complement is same as, sorry, union नहीं, intersection है, sorry, my mistake. A intersection C, the bracket complement is same as A complement union C complement. So this is the second De Morgan's law which we have proved. Okay. Okay then. Okay. ये दो प्रूफ में जाने के पहले लेट अस कम बैक टू अवर थ्योरी. तो यहाँ पे उन्होंने बहुत सारे आपको प्रूफ्स में जो मिस्टेक्स होते हैं जनरली वो बताया है. यू शुड गो थ्रू दिस पर्टिकुलर. ओके, यहाँ पे उन्होंने मस्त बुक में लिखा है क्या क्या कॉमन मिस्टेक है. What is an empty set? Empty set is a set which contains no element. Okay. So what does this particular thing mean? If E is a set with no elements and A is any other set, that is E is a subset of A. Then we have to prove that E is a subset of A. What does this property simply means is over here that we have to show that this empty set is a subset of A. आपको याद है हमने पावर सेट लिखा था, तो पावर सेट में पहला सेट कौन सा लिखते थे हम हमेशा? पावर सेट because of this property and we are going to prove this property. Okay, तो ये प्रॉपर्टी का प्रूफ हम जो लिखेंगे, इस प्रूफ को बोलते हैं प्रूफ बाय कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन. ओके, एम्प्टी सेट का कोई भी प्रूफ जनरली बाय कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन से प्रूव किया जाता है. What is the meaning of proof by contradiction? This is very beautiful method of proving. Okay, तो कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन मेथड में क्या करते हैं हम लोग कि जो भी कुछ प्रूव करना रहता है, अभी हमें को क्या प्रूव करना है? What does we want to prove? We want to prove that E is a set which contains no element. Then we have to prove that E is a subset of A. That is, empty set is a subset of every set. What does a contradiction में हम क्या बोलेंगे? उसका उल्टा क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग? उसका उल्टा एग्जैक्टली उल्टा क्या है? हमको प्रूव जो करना है उसका क्या लिखना है? E is not a subset of A. तो उसको एकदम टेक्निकल वर्ड्स में लिखते हैं थोड़ा. लेट E be set containing no element. जो स्टेटमेंट दिया है and any set. Let if possible, हमको तो let if possible उसका उल्टा करेंगे. That is, E is not a subset of A. When I can say that E is not a subset of A? Let if possible, E is not a subset of A. When I can say that E is not a subset of A?
When E is not present in A.
That is, there exists X which is part of E such that X does not belongs to A. Correct? There exists at least one element which is part in E but not in A. That is the meaning of when I write the A is a subset of B. What does it mean? Every element of A is present in the second set B. When I say it is not a member of A, मतलब मुझे कोई तो फर्स्ट सेट में ऐसा एलिमेंट में मिलेगा जो सेकंड सेट में नहीं है. अभी आप मुझे बताओ E में कोई एलिमेंट होगा क्या? Is there any element which is a part of E? Let me write over here. But
Empty set.
as E is a set containing no element, there is no element in E. Therefore, X does not belongs to E. So, here we got X belongs to E. Okay. And this is true for any X. Right? Therefore, our assumption that E is not a subset of A is wrong, and hence E is a subset of A. Correct? So what do we start with? जब हम लोग कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन में प्रूफ लिखते हैं तो हम लोग जो चीज प्रूव करना है उसका उल्टा अजम करते हैं. तो ये आपका क्या हो गया? दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ assumption. So this is your assumption. आपको assume क्या करना है? You have to assume that it is not true. Whatever is the we have to prove is not true. Okay? तो अगर आपने assume ही wrong किया तो आपको कुछ ना कुछ contradiction मिलेगा in the set. तो यहाँ पे अपने को contradiction क्या मिला कि अगर मैंने ये assume किया तो I will get there exist x belongs to it. But E में तो कोई element present ही नहीं है, तो हमको E x belongs to it कैसे मिलेगा? So this is the wrong. So this is where we got the contradiction. So in the body of proof, we get the contradiction somewhere. Then जब भी हमको contradiction मिलता है तो हम क्या बोलते हैं कि हमारा जो assumption है वो wrong है, इसीलिए जो दिया गया है वो correct है. Okay? तो ये मेथड पता है कैसे वो काम करती है? Or any confusion is there? Yes or no? समझा ये प्रूफ?
Yes, sir, समझा.
Okay. Next सेट भी contradiction से प्रूव करना है. Let us prove this again by contradiction. So let me write the proof. What does we have to prove? क्या प्रूव करना है? A intersection empty set is a empty set, right? A intersection empty set. Contradiction में आपको क्या लिखना पड़ेगा? उसका उल्टा. Let if possible A intersection empty set is not an empty set, right? उसका उल्टा मैंने लिख दिया. क्या मैंने उल्टा करेक्ट लिखा है? हमको प्रूव करना है A intersection empty set is an empty set, but we have started with the assumption that A intersection empty set is not an empty set. अगर वो empty set नहीं है तो what we can write? Not an empty set. What we can write then? क्या बोलते हो? What is empty set?
Opposite.
Set containing?
A set which has no elements in it.
Okay. So अब मुझे उल्टा बोलना है उसका. It is not an empty set. मतलब उसमें एक तो element तो होगा ना. At least एक element होगा.
At least one element.
At least one element. So I can write that.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
This means that therefore there exists at least one element. उसमें ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं बट मुझे एक तो एलिमेंट मिलेगा. In which set?
A intersection.
से x. तो वो एलिमेंट को नाम देते हैं. Let's say x belongs to A intersection empty set. What does this mean? If x belongs to A intersection empty set, can I say that x belongs to A and x belongs to the empty set? Can I say from this line?
Yes.
If I have this, then I can write this x belongs to empty set. Then ये वाला जो है वो contradiction मिला. Can I say this is a contradiction?
X does not belongs to empty set.
As empty set has no element Therefore, X belongs to empty set is a contradiction, right? It is a contradiction. Therefore, जब contradiction मिलता है तो हम लोग को क्या लिखना है? अपना assumption. क्या assumption था? This first line is our assumption. So therefore, our assumption that A intersection empty set is not equal to empty set is wrong. अपना ये जो assumption है वो क्या है? Wrong है. So correct क्या लिख सकते हैं हम लोग? Therefore, इसका उल्टा is correct. That is, A intersection empty set must be an empty set. This completes your proof. This completes your proof. So proof by contradiction is the simplest way to prove it. आपको जो प्रूव करना है उसको अज्यूम करो कि वो ट्रू नहीं है और इन द बॉडी अराइव समथिंग एट कि आपको वो कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन मिले. तो जब भी आपको कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन मिलेगा यू कैन से दैट आवर अजम्पशन इज रॉन्ग एंड देयरफॉर द ओरिजिनल गिवन इन द स्टेटमेंट इज ट्रू. So this is the method of proof is called proof by contradiction. So this is the examples. Let us stop here. Okay, then join the next lecture.